TJ, great player, very underrated player. I think he's going to be an all-pro one day. And I feel the same way about Mac. I feel like, all linebackers I done played with, that I started with, Drew Tranquil, Mac this year, don't forget about Chris Barnes, TJ. I feel like all those guys are great players and, just underrated. Maybe just don't have a big name like everybody else, but there's no other linebacker who's an all-pro or Pro Bowl can do something that they can't. So, and it's just a matter of putting it on tape and, putting yourself out there.
You talk about shocking everyone. You're talking about your group or just really the whole defense, too?
No, whole defense, team in general, man. I feel like a lot of people might think, it's going to be a slump year, another slouch year. But we coming out here working each and every day to make sure that doesn't happen.
You guys carry a chip because of that, like what's said on the outside? Do you not even
care?
For
sure. I mean, I don't really care about what others think, but we definitely know the stigma behind us, Maybe think we're a few years removed of being where we need to be, but like I said, we want to prove ourselves right, but definitely prove everybody else wrong, too, who doubting us.
So much is made with this defense and playing with violence. How do you balance practicing violence but also getting to opening day?
Oh, yeah, you just got to play with good technique and, protect your teammates. You don't want to go, you don't want to go too crazy on your teammates. You got to protect one another but still get good work at the same time. So that just comes with, being a pro and knowing what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it.
What do you see in the improvement of the guys with the defensive line in front of you, which certainly opens up a lot of things for you guys behind them to make plays?
Oh, yeah, we got some big, strong guys up front. They're taking on double teams, making our life easier on the second level. So definitely appreciate each and every one of those guys.
Kyzir, when you talk about walking out on the grass together, praying together, is that something that you've kind of tried to instill with whoever you're playing alongside a linebacker, to have that kind of bond, that close relationship?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's not real, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. Me and Drew Tranquil used to do that. And then Mac, he loves to pray and stuff like that. I mean, one of the first practices, he made sure we all stayed after and prayed together. So that's just something we kind of built organically, and we've been doing it. So we make sure we keep doing it.
When you go back to week 1 of last year, the first quarter, and that hit you put on Sam Howell, was that by design to some degree? Was that intended?
Nah, man. It wasn't by design. It was just, I seen him. He was still in the field of play from my point of view. I wanted to slow him down for running, so I wanted to, hit him pretty good. My intentions wasn't to hurt him or be cheap or dirty and nothing like that. Just trying to set the tone a little bit.
You do that as far as your job description, setting the tone, sort of being,
Oh, yeah, as a Mike linebacker, yeah, you watch Ray Lewis and Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman and those guys. I mean, they ain't just letting a quarterback run around. They trying to knock their head off. So, yeah, I want to be in that caliber of linebacker. So,
going back to the relationship you have with Mac, I know that the team isn't necessarily reaching out to you and saying, hey, do you think we should sign this free agent? But do you think there's something to bringing somebody in that you're going to click with so much? Do you expect that? Or when a new guy comes in that you're going to be playing next to, are you just as curious as anybody else on how your personalities are going to mesh together?
I feel like I can get along with anybody, but to be honest, I didn't really know too much about Mac before he came in. And then I seen highlights flowing, like I seen a Bama clip of him killing somebody on kickoff. I said, yeah, I'm going to like this guy. But, yeah, I didn't really know too much about him when he came in. And then when I met him, or when he signed, he hit me up on Instagram. We started talking. I could just tell from his energy what type of guy he was. So I knew we would click. I don't really have problems with people, so I feel like I get along with everybody.
You talk about the Willis and the Bowmans. What is something other than their violence that really stood out to you, and if you picked anything up outside of that?
Well, I love, Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. I love the way, their level of play. Like, they play real low to the ground, so they don't really fall step too much. Ray Lewis, he just, alpha. Same with Bowman and Willis, well-respected, Hall of Fame guys. So, yeah, man, I just want to go down that path. Luke Kuechly, too. Derek Brooks. There's a lot of guys I like. But, yeah, I just want to, strive to be as good as those guys one day.
Where do you feel like you are on that path right now?
I ain't close yet, but I'll get there one day, eventually, God willing. But, yeah, I don't feel like I'm close yet. I still got a lot to do. I'm not an all-pro yet. Never been to the Pro Bowl yet, so I got a long way to go.
You set out these like personal goals ahead of the season?
I don't really care about goals. I'm trying to be the best version of myself I can be. Obviously, it would be nice to, have those goals and, accomplish them. But that's not something. I don't feel like a failure because I don't go to the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? I know that's a lot of fan base. All Pro would move me a little bit more, but I just want to be the best version of myself and ultimately, just win games, be the best teammate I can be.
Zaven mentioned last month that this time a year ago, the team was just trying to figure out what you were doing. Now the defense is down. You can focus more on what the opponent is doing. Can you just talk about where the defense is just in terms of the scheme and the knowledge?
Yeah, I just feel like everybody's more comfortable. Like, people not thinking so much. I feel like last year, even me a little bit because I played well with the Eagles. You know what I mean? I came here and played Mike, so I feel like I was thinking a little bit when we first got together. But now it's just kind of easy going. You're still going to have some mistakes, it's football, but the mistakes are definitely way down, I feel like, in my opinion. And I just feel like we're going to be a better defense overall.
If you're an extension of JG out there, how would you kind of characterize your relationship, especially with his defensive background?
You said how what?
Have an extension of JG, and how would you kind of characterize your relationship with the position you play and his defensive background?
Oh, yeah. I was talking to JG a little bit yesterday, and he was just saying how much of a hitter and stuff he was in college, talking trash. But, yeah, I definitely feel like I'm an extension. He put his face on the line for me, him and Nick Rallis bringing me over here. So I definitely don't want to go out there and lay an egg and have them looking bad, like, dang, why we bring this guy over here, So every time I step on that field, I definitely think about that, and it's in the back of my head that definitely don't want to let them two down.
How would you describe the relationship that JG and Nick have? How much you see them talking together?
Oh yeah, they like it's like big brother, little brother. They mess with each other all day, and it's a great relationship to see for sure. I feel like you don't really see a lot of that. That's organic, or some of it could be for show, but with them you could just tell like it's real. It's real. It's nothing for show or nothing like that. I feel like they really love each other.
Does Nick write a lot of checks with his mouth that you guys have to cash?
Nick do a lot of talking, man. Yeah, he do. But it's great. He light that fire up under us, and when we go out there, he put that extra chip on our shoulder. Because I'm sure he feels like an underdog as well. I think he's the youngest defensive coordinator ever, so he got a lot to prove as well. So, we all just carry that chip on our shoulder, and looking forward to the season to kick off. Appreciate y'all.